Well, I guess that wasn't so smart, now was it? Tearing this thing apart, I made like a huge garbage pile from here to Sheboygan. Well, we're just going to scrap that thing pretty much whole as much as I can. Like, I want to cut it in half, but I'm talking myself out of it. I was going to like try and drag it up on the pickup truck. But I think it's pretty heavy. I might have to cut it in half, even though I don't want to. It's sheet aluminum, but it's so lightweight it's not even worth saving, really. If you can believe that. So I was thinking maybe drag it out of this spot here, tie it to the back of my pickup and have it spin around or whatever in the dirt. And it just rotted away sitting here, because they were never engineered to be open top and just being exposed to all the rain and all that. Pretty much spelled the demise of said vehicle. I got a box elder bug inside my shirt. There we go. He flew out. Oh, that. And it's stink bug season too. Anytime it gets really nice out, this like in the middle of the fall, you get those bugs flying around. They'll like stick around like all the way through past Thanksgiving, like towards the end of November. Even surviving through some cold spells, which we're going to get. It's going to get like down to like 22 degrees Fahrenheit in a few days. Like today right now, it's really warm out. It's like in the low 80s. Well, yeah, the king made a big sloppy mess here. And tomorrow is supposed to be pouring rain again. So I guess that last video got quite a few dislikes there. Most unfortunate. Oh well, what can you do? People don't like the video, they don't like the video. Okay, you gotta give them something that they like. That was a good can of antifreeze, but not so much anymore. I ended up accidentally cutting a hole in it when I cut the sides off. Yeah, I just want to get rid of this thing. Part of the ongoing plan of owning nothing eventually. And there's a lot of people. Did I say a lot? I said a lot. There's a lot of people that watch this channel and don't agree with that plan. I really can't figure out why. Oh, something blew up. The other thing is, I have to level with everybody. I've been kind of like not wanting to make videos because I've been pretty depressed about like really depressed about like something that happened about 2 blocks from my house, and it made international news. Even Joe Biden spoke about it, and yeah, it was on all the UK broadcast channels and the Canadian ones, and even Australia. Well, what happened, King? What happened? Well, I probably could make a video of the place. My kids and I always said when we moved out this way that this one particular house seemed like it was haunted. And wow, they weren't kidding. There was a true ghoul living there. I mean, unbelievable. Like, mind-blowing. A ghoul. An actual monster living in, like, apparently human form. You know what this guy did? Well, I don't know, man. If I was this particular nationality of people, I'd be afraid to, like, move into that house with the way the guy had everything. Oh, don't worry, he's going to prison for the rest of his life. So he won't be seeing the light of day ever. I mean, to have something so horrible happen just a couple of blocks from where you live is just mind-blowing. I don't know if you guys can figure out what I'm talking about, but it made international news, and it had to do with, well, people claim it had to do with the events going on in the world, particularly the Middle East. This guy, this ghoul, this monster, had been renting the first floor of his house. Right? Nothing so weird about that. Millions of people do that. And the renters had been renting there for, I don't know, a year or two. But apparently, I don't know, according to many stories, the guy would, as I understand it, like, always knock on the door and let himself in. I'll step on that. Well, trying to break this without tripping and falling. Well, there's one particular fine evening, or not evening, mid-morning, actually. I don't know, about a week and a half ago now already. Well, I don't know what words you could say. He went after the mom, and the mom locked herself in the bathroom And while her young son was like 6 years old, totally innocent human being, as the both of them were, the mom and the son. Well, this guy, the landlord, decided to, unalive them. Let's put it that way. Cleaned up word. So he unalived the little one and seriously damaged. Got careful words. It's ridiculous. Seriously damaged the mom. Isn't that nuts? That's sick. What? Like, why? Just because of who they were. It doesn't even make sense. Like, these are your tenants, and they live in your apartment that you're renting, and you're going to ruin them forever for no reason except imaginary thoughts going on in the guy's head. I don't know if you guys want me to make a video of the site and set of circumstances, but yeah. I mean, just the fact that the place is only a couple blocks from my house, I have to look at that spot every day. My best guess is they will end up tearing down the house. And if I was like the neighbor, I wouldn't want to live there anymore. I'd probably want to sell my property to a developer or something. Tear it all down, build something new. You know, just like what happened with some of those schools after, let's see, what careful words. After certain monsters went in there and ruined people's lives. Did I say it right? I think I did. I cleaned up all the words. You gotta sanitize all the words. Isn't that ridiculous? Can't chat and talk about what's really on your mind. Even if it's not something particularly bad, the words aren't particularly bad. Hey, how about that pilot from Alaska Airlines? Now, see, you don't gotta clean up the language too much with that. But dude was in the jump seat in the airplane, and he went for the fire extinguishers. He was gonna extinguish the engines on the airplane, and according to the news sources, allegedly, you gotta put that in there, allegedly. He's been charged with what? 83 counts of attempted red rum. Nuts. Here's a person that's supposed to be a trusted soul, and he's going to once you pull the engine extinguisher, fire suppression system And, on that particular aircraft, at altitude, you're not going to restart those engines. So it's a for sure crash. This was a really beautiful decorative mirror, and I hoarded onto it, and it just deteriorated. Like everything else, right? I mean, why? Why would you do something like that? It's just so disturbing. Extinguish the life of a little kid. I mean, it just bothers me like to like no end. So like something like that, like a ghoul. Oh my God. You know, I know I've picked up scrap from that particular house before. You know, and every time I picked it up, I was like, kind of like, man, this dude seems a little weird. I remember one time I came there and I seen some scrap. He's like, I got some more. He handed me these long pole things like this, kind of. This isn't the one, but they were like 20 feet long, and by the house they have overhead utilities, you know, power lines. And he's handing to me standing up, straight up and down. I'm like, no, dude, put him down on the ground. I'll take care of him from there. That was like probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm like, that guy is a little off. I mean, there's a lot of people that are a little off. King, you're a little off. Yeah. Not like that, though. I don't know. I guess, you know, because I'm a dad, you know, a 6-year-old, you know, anybody that has a 6-year-old kid, they're pure as the wind-driven snow. I mean, I don't know what the mom and the child had to do with world events that you would end up destroying them. Well, this is plain nuts. What else is in here? There's all kinds of like little nuggets and bits that I'm finding. This frame seems thick, but then again, it's not. But I know you can't scrap a trailer with that head on it right there. So I could cut it up in half. Or I could just cut that part off right there and be done with it, I guess. I don't know. Hard to say, actually. Well, that's my 2 cents for today, I guess. I don't know. sometimes things happen that are just so disturbing that you just you get like an attitude of like FTW. Like everything is just so like, why are people so angry? Like so angry. I just don't. I don't ever remember it being this bad. I mean, maybe it was a long time ago before I could remember, but I don't recall it ever being so horrible. I guess, you could blame the media. Yeah, well, the media didn't grab the guy's arm and make him do what he did. That's I don't know, that's a mental health issue right there of some kind. Well, after doing something that horrible, I hope they don't even bother to try and fix the mental health issue, because somebody like that bad, they're not worth it. Just throw them in the dungeon, Drop some crumbs in there for them to eat every 2 days. I don't know. I don't have any answers for that. It's just mind-boggling. Look at that mess I made. I'm so proud of myself. Not. Well, there's more to go, and I'm not moving at the speed I need to move at. I want to clear that whole section out. I'm gonna take that pickup truck right there, and I'm gonna dismantle that just like the red one, and save the parts that I want, and scrap the rest. And then there's another trailer back there that I had dreams, and it'll be there another 5 years if I don't do anything with it. Totally not used, going at the rate that I'm going, so it's got to go. And then there's a car back there. Maybe I can get that running. Now I'll have all this space freed up for whatever, for nothing. I'm thinking I don't want to even use that space, except maybe to move whatever cars or whatever trucks I'm keeping and put it in that space. Then I won't be spread out, and I won't be spending half my day walking around back and forth this compound. I'll be almost ready for winter. And let's see, the news on the Volvo. Well, I called up my mechanic buddy, because he's got the electronic gizmos and gadgets or whatever, and a lift to work on this thing. See, the reason why I like this car is because the steering and suspension are great. I mean, it's not falling apart that way. It's pretty rock solid. And the car's not falling apart. The only thing he asked me, though, was, if you bring it by me, there's no barnacles or anything in there, is there? I'm like, oh, no. Yes. So before I bring it to the guy, he wants the entire car completely cleaned out, or he's not working on it. No Taco Bell, no bins filled with scraps and tools, nothing. Whistle clean. I mean, it's not even rusted out. Look at that. This car is not originally from this area, because it would be falling apart if it was. I mean, look at the doors and stuff like that. The jams, it's not rusted out at all. It's solid. Actually, you should just get it running good and then put it up for sale or something. Even though the wife needs it. Needs a decent car. This is a decent, it's kind of small for us big fat people. There ain't no way, we could sit in the back seat there. I couldn't fit back there. I would have to sit with my legs stretched across the back seat or whatever. Look at all that crap in there. That's terrible. There's no way to live, guys. A little bit every day. Moving forward towards the dream. The dream is to sell everything little by little. And to own nothing. Own nothing. That's right. Not a penny in my pocket. Nothing. My aggravation is born out of people keep constantly, well, I mean, it happens to really wealthy people too, but if you're poor, people will ask you for $5, and if you're mega wealthy, like a billionaire, people will ask you for $500,000. But if you have nothing at all, you can be the person asking. What's wrong with being that person? I've never been that person. I'd like to try it out. I don't know, somebody... See? It's running smooth. Okay, somebody commented in the comment section before that it's a vacuum line or something. Well, I looked, I didn't see anything like that. And apparently it's not, because it doesn't always start up and run rough. It does sometimes, it does most of the time. But sometimes it starts right up and runs smoothly. So if it was a vacuum line, it would be a problem all the time. So I'm going over this other company over here. They have a bunch of culverts in the trash, and I'm gonna go scoop them. I'm gonna scoop them. How many people like the U? Everybody? Does anybody just like the U? Out of those three Tucker family brothers, well, my favorite is Tucker, of course. And then, I don't know. Ben Gravy, he's pretty cool. It seems like the other guy he's kind of cranky. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just my perception. Listen to me, a YouTuber talking about other YouTubers. That's uncool, King. I'm not saying anything bad. Oh, that's plastic. Everybody has a favorite, right? So I'm going to scoop these out of here. What's wrong with me having a favorite? You know what? I don't think I can record this. Okay, well. It was just too hard to record that. Back over to the compound. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I'm making a bloody mess out of this place that I spent a lot of time cleaning, and just one day, and I got the place looking like it hasn't been touched in weeks. I'm amazing, aren't I? You King, are you mocking somebody? No, not at all, man. Leave me alone. Leave Brittany alone. I'm gonna go in this little ditchy thing here. There. The truck droops down a little bit. I don't know, 6 to 8 inches, somewhere like that, and makes it easier to load stuff a little bit. I don't know, something like that, kind of, sort of, maybe. Hurricane Category 4. I would have to Google that. I have no idea. I just know Hurricane Category 4 if you're living in Florida. That's a little scary. Well, if the Waffle House is open, yeah, Category 4 usually brings a lot of storm surge and floods. I'm freaking exhausted, and I think it's because I'm so out of shape. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the King's throne still there. You don't get much done on your channel, do you, King? There's scrapping channels that far surpass me. Far, far, far. I'm sweating. I don't think I'm doing so good lately. I'm too overweight. I gotta get back down to under 300 because I'm like 330 pounds right now. And man, I could feel every ounce of it over 300. 300 pounds, I'm doing okay. Well, the weight charts ideally say that my ideal weight is 165 pounds because I'm 5'10" and a half. Oh, we got a little activity here in the compound. Yeah, so I emptied their dumpster there for them. Half emptied it. All right, kids. I don't know. Maybe I need some water or something. I brought all kinds of water with me. I drank over a gallon of water today. You need water! People are always saying that. They always say that to me. You need water! Like I'm a plant dying or something. Then I show them. I freaking drank a gallon and a half of water. Well, yeah. It's definitely over a gallon so far today. And people still say, you need water! Well, you can only drink so much water because after that it's dangerous. Anyway, given my activity level today, which was higher than normal, I'm looking forward to having leg cramps. Big time. Leg cramps tonight. Alright, what was I doing? I want to put those chairs up there. And maybe the Barbie. I wanted to put the water heater up there, but the pile is getting. You want to light up the internet? Never mind. You can't talk about that either on YouTube because it will say you're leading people off of the platform. So you cannot mention any other platforms apparently on this platform. You can't talk about them. So we can't talk about them. Another thing you can't talk about. Wow. So you just have to make the videos full of action, I guess. Minimize the talking. And don't talk about anything other than what you're doing. I'm using that as a step stool. Because this truck is up. The new trucks. Wow. The automakers acknowledge the fact that you need a step. This Ford's got like that that stick thing in the quarter panel. And Chevy and GMC have a folding tailgate, like it folds into a step. Like, why are all the vehicles nowadays really tall? You know, compared to like the 90s ones, they're low to the ground kind of. But as time kept going on, vehicles kept getting taller and taller. Like this Ford pickup right here is a 99, and it's just an F-150, and it's noticeably taller than the Dodge, which is an earlier 90s. Now today, they're just stock, bone stock. They're about 10 inches taller than this thing. Bone stock. Like cars even. Cars are just regular cars, not crossovers or SUVs. I'm talking just cars. They're about a foot taller than, foot and a half taller than cars from the 80s. Will this thing fit in here this way? Probably not. Does it have a battery? Nope. I scooped all the heavy iron things out. Then I came back for this. I did the Mikey thing. Remember, sometimes he wouldn't take the whole Barbie, he'd just take the iron parts out and leave the tin for some other chump. Ha 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 ha. That's a clever little Ohio guy. And with that, we'll see you in the next video. Like and subscribe. And yeah, unfortunately, people cannot behave themselves in the comment section, so the comments are no longer. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.